Let's compare grit paste from Ranger. One is opaque and one is transparent. Because they're grit paste, they have some tooth to both of them, which is a little bit of grainy texture. So they'd be great for adding texture or colorants to them before adding them to your projects. But because of that tooth, you can also add colors afterwards. You can do distressed crayons, paints, that sort of thing, and it will hold in place because of that texture. When I'm putting them through a stencil, I like to use a palette knife. Sometimes I like to tape my paper and stencil in place, but you don't necessarily have to. I like to hold my palette knife almost horizontal and put that paste through the stencil. I like to make sure that paste is even with the top of the stencil to have a nice even coat on my whole project. Once I have as much paste as I want, I lift that stencil off and I let my paper dry. You definitely don't want to leave it to dry with that stencil on there. You want to make sure to wash your stencil while that paste is still wet. A, it's going to be a lot easier, and B, you're not going to possibly ruin your stencil by trying to get dried texture paste off of there. If you wanted to color your paste before applying it to your project, you could use acrylic paint, mica powders, re-inkers for stamp pads. Just a little bit goes a long way, and I like to mix it on a non-porous surface. I like to let my texture paste dry for probably about an hour, and this is the result. You can see that the opaque is bright white and the texture is gone clear. Both still have the texture to them, and both are a great choice for whatever project you're wanting to create, depending on the look you're going for.